welcome to our first Game of Thrones Thursday videos, where we're going to be looking at the episode that aired during the week and what's to come down the line in the future. So, it's a day late, but these things happen, so it's here now. Let's begin. Well, after months of waiting and pining and dreaming and theories, Game of Thrones Season 6 has finally kicked off, and I have to say, I wasn't disappointed. For those of you that haven't seen it yet, I imagine this video will contain some sort of spoiler, so you may want to switch off now. You have been warned. Spoilers. I'll say it one more time. Spoilers. So yeah, so for those that have seen it and just, want to review it, or for those that aren't bothered, then let's look at a brief video. Just looking over the episode. It's the trailer for the episode.
ايش بنخلص؟ هني الجلد شوي.
نبايجي خالصي.
Do you remember the first time you saw a dead body?
Mother.
All I could think about when she died was what would happen to her now. Every day, every night. What does Mama look like now? As she started to bloat. As her skin turned black. Have her lips peel back from her teeth. I think about locking Marcella in a crypt. I think about her beautiful little face starting to collapse.
Don't think about it.
I have to.
So yeah, so that was a very brief recap of all the main points that were going to be happening in that episode. It kicks off, obviously, with the biggest question of all. Is Jon Snow dead? We get a fantastic opening shot sweeping over the wall, and it zooms in on, well, Jon Snow's dead body, with a halo of blood around his head. He is very clearly, in this scene, dead. There's no denying it. There's no, oh my god, he's faking it. He is dead as a doornail. Like, seriously dead. So, what I liked about it was they dealt with it immediately. There was no, wait until the end of the episode. There was no kind of big reveal. There was no, messing around with the audience and audience manipulation, which is happening a lot in shows these days. No, he was most definitely not alive. So he gets taken by Jorah Mormont, who... No, he didn't. It's not Jorah Mormont. It's Davos. So Davos. He is there at the wall, still. We're doing Jorah Mormont, isn't it? Davos is still at the wall, and he is banded with Jon Snow's followers. So that's dealt with first. And I like the fact that they dealt with that first. What I really liked about this episode was the fact that they didn't waste any time at all in dealing with all the plot threads that were left dangling at the end of Season 5. Season 5 finale was a roller coaster of a ride. There was so many plot threads that were like hanging at the end of that episode. The big one being Jon Snow's ultimate demise. But this episode deals with all of those in turn. And I like the fact that we don't have to wait around to see what's happening to them. We get to see Arya. She's blind. She's living on the street. But the Men of Many Faces are clearly going to help her. The girl, or man, we don't really know what she is. It's really hard with those to put a gender specific on them, because they can be anyone. Many faces. Yeah, they are obviously still going to train her. We know from the trailer of season 6 that she is going to be training back with them, but at the moment she's living on the street. She's hungry, she's poor, she's begging, essentially. She's struggling to come to terms with being blind and dealing with that. We see the aftermath of the death of Cersei and Jaime's daughter. Cersei is not a happy bunny. So that too is dealt with. I'm hoping that will lead into some conflict. The Dornish have led a coup against their leader. Oberon's missus, she killed his brother, and the Vipers kill the heir to the throne, so they are now very much in charge of Dorne. Oberon's daughters and his love are very much in charge there. So that's going to obviously, hopefully, lead into more conflict. Because, let's face it, what would Game of Thrones be without at least two nations going at each other? Two of the kingdoms. Yeah, and obviously we see that Daenerys, she obviously, end of Season 5, if you haven't seen it, spoiler, end of Season 5, she gets taken away by Drogon. On the back of Drogon, she flies away. She's in the middle of nowhere and is picked up by the Dothraki and Dothraki horde. And in this one, we see the outcome of that. She is very much in a pickle. Obviously, Jorah Mormont is looking for her, but we see his scale, his rock, the disease that they have, can't remember what it's called, off the top of my head, is progressing up his arm further and further. He probably hasn't got much time left, he's on the clock. He needs to find her, and they need closure, I would say. Whether we're going to get that this series, I don't know. I hope so. But she's very much in a pickle, and is being taken to the place where Carl's wives are left with the widows of dead Carls. So obviously she's the widow of Khal Drogo, and will be taken to this place. We don't know very much about it, we don't know anything about it at the moment. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how she gets out of this one. Drogon has flown off, he's nowhere to be seen. Probably because the special effects budget didn't stretch that far. But we know from this series we are going to get big set pieces, so expect to see dragons at some point. Yeah, that was pretty much the episode. It was mainly there was some really cool moments in there. One in particular was when Reek, aka Theon Greyjoy, and Sansa Stark are on the run. They are being hunted by Ramsay Bolton's hounds. Ramsay is not very happy that his girlfriend got thrown off the top of the battlements. So he sends his dogs after them. They catch up. They're cornered. They're frightened. Who turns up? Brienne of Tarth. And Pod. I love Pod. Pod's great. He's getting better with a sword. But it's Brienne that really shines. She literally rips through a group of Bolton soldiers. It's amazing. And then Sansa finally comes to her senses and takes Brienne on as her bodyguard. So, it's a really cool moment. It's one of my favourite when they start doing the oath for that. And it's really cool. You know they're going to be together and with Brienne. Oh, if there was anyone I would want by my side, it would be Brienne of Tarth. Brienne of Tarth and all the new hulking monster that is Cersei Lannister's bodyguard. Because I would say he is going to break a few skulls over the course of this season. He is looking... Oh, I'm so excited. I love Game of Thrones. As you can see, got the Game of Thrones t-shirt. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. But yeah, I've got my Game of Thrones t-shirt on. I was so excited. Yeah, so from a technical standpoint, plot standpoint, the first episode really didn't disappoint at all. It was a really good episode, really exciting, some great moments. I cannot wait for the next one, and for those of you that also cannot wait for the next one, here is the trailer.
Get out of my way.
King's orders, Your Grace.
You don't know which way she went.
I spent 3 days looking for her. She disappeared.
We know where she's going. Castle Black isn't defended on the southern side. We could storm the castle.
You would spill blood in this holy place.
Well, the gods spill more blood than the rest of us combined.
So yes, that was the trailer for episode 2, and it looks like the only character that didn't get a moment in this episode was Bran Stark. Bran wasn't in last season, and so we haven't seen him for a while. Last time we saw him was at the end of season 4, when he was at the tree, and it looks like we are going to see the resolution, finally see the resolution of that, with Max von Sydow playing the Three-Eyed Raven, or human version of the Three-Eyed Raven. Bran is obviously going to be very, very important this season. Whether we are going to see an alive Jon Stark this season, who knows? If we do, it will be down the line somewhere. They're going to save that one. But as I say, I was glad that they dealt with the fact that he is at the moment still dead and that he didn't just suddenly pop alive again. There was one thing I haven't mentioned, and that was the rather shocking scene at the end of the episode. Now, if you haven't seen this episode yet, this is the major spoiler. Melisandre has a very big secret. And that secret is that she is actually very, very, very old. She looks in the mirror at the end of the episode and takes off her necklace, which obviously has some kind of glamour charm to it that changes her appearance. She is not the curvy, voluptuous beauty that we see. She is actually a very, very old woman. How old? Who can tell? But she's old. And she's clearly got some kind of magic. She's got some kind of power. There are theories on the internet. I've looked at those theories. Some are saying she's one of the original people. Some are saying she's some sort of witch. There's lots of theories. Go out there and research them because they're so good. I don't really play into TV series that often unless it's Star Wars, and that's usually because Star Wars fans are pretty good at coming up with a theory. But anyway, Star Wars is not on it yet. Game of Thrones series, I don't play into them too much because I like to see what's coming as it comes on. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Next episode looks great, as you should see. I think it's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to seeing Bran's story and his next part to come. Yeah, and the trailer, if you haven't seen it, it's out there on the internet. It looks amazing for the rest of the season. There's going to be some really good moments, some really standout set pieces. I can't wait. Thank you for watching. We have come to the end. If you like the video, and we will be posting every week. It will usually be on Thursdays. Because, Throne Thursdays, there's a little bit of alliteration there. Yeah, so please do subscribe if you like the video and want to see more. You can also catch up with us on needtodoshtag.com for more reviews and features and things. Yeah, like us, subscribe, share. The 3 key things to do. And I will see you next week for another Throne Thursdays. Actually, I'll see you before then, because I'll see you on Monday for Movie Mondays. But until then, keep on hashtagging.